Hello, everybody. Happy Friday Eve. Happy Thursday. We've almost made it to the weekend once again. Hallelujah. And the weather is nice, so I literally can't wait for the weekend, although it's raining right now, so maybe that'll be disappointing. But either way, I'm excited. How you doing? What's going on? Hi, Linda. Hope Linda says, "Good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. I bit the bullet and ordered Flyaway in the blue color, waiting for delivery now." Were you able to get like the whole pack at a time, or are you gonna have to wait month by month? But uh, that's exciting. Hi, Arlie. Hi, Don. Hi, Twyla. Hi. Wait, who did I say? Arlie, Don, Twyla, Chloe, and Melanie. How's everybody doing? Hi, Judy. Oh man, it has been a week here. I feel like I say that every week, but man, I had another round of sickness. Was sleeping the best I've slept all week, and our power went out at 3:30 this morning, and it woke my daughter up, who started crying, and then woke my son up. My husband slept through it all, and so I've been basically up on and off since 3:45 this morning too. So that's a treat. Hi, Judy. Hi, Susan. And hi, Brenda. Brenda's watching me on her big TV. When she sends me pictures, I feel like I'm a movie star. Um, so man, yeah, but my daughter who's been sick went back to school today. So I got a full work day in. And well, yesterday my husband was home with the kids too, so that helped, but because they had a half day from school. But I got a full work day in today, full day work day in yesterday, and I'm gonna get a full night's sleep, I hope, tonight. We'll see. Hi, Pammy. How are you? I love you too. I miss you. I'll have to text you. Been in survival mode. Been a hermit. Um, so today I am breaking back out the timeout quilt, this everlasting star, and we're finishing the pile of half square triangles. We're almost done sewing them, but then the trimming begins, which is not fun. So what is happening with you all? Anything fun, exciting, notable? Big plans this weekend? Right now, I don't think I have to leave my house on Sunday. So I'm really going to try to work that in with the husband that, like, I don't care what happens, but I don't want to leave the house on Sunday. Is anybody else like that, where you like try to plan all your weekend stuff on one weekend day so that you get one weekend day at home? I love one day at home where you don't have to leave the house, which you think would be funny because I work from home. So I don't leave the house most days, but it's not the same. I like one whole day at home where you don't have to leave and I'm not working. Hi, Teresa. I think, yeah, how's it going? I'm excited that we might actually get to see what I had in mind when I got this fabric all however many years ago it was now, and see what I had planned. Yeah, house hermit and sewing both days. Yay. I love being a house hermit. Um, I have to take my daughter to a birthday party on Sunday, and actually, or on Saturday. It kind of worked out nice. My husband wants to go to a retirement party for someone he worked with, and then my daughter had a birthday party at the same time. So he's taking one kid with him to go to the retirement party. I'm taking the other kid with me to the birthday party, and we get all of our like party obligations done at once. Although it would have probably been nice to go to the retirement party with him and meet his coworkers, or chat with them a little more. But that's okay. We have the elementary school family dance. Oh, is that like, so not like a dance recital, like you guys are like a middle school dance where you're grooving to some music? Um, See, that's funny, is like in my house, I bet my husband would love something like that. Like, and I would be the one that's like, oh, I'll take pictures from the side. That's cute, a family dance. I've never heard of that. Um, my machine earlier today when I was sewing long. Ooh, I finished this block up today and was going to show you. my block of the month, Libs Elliott quilt block. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone with some funky colors. Really the greens out of my comfort zone. Chloe goes, yes, and it is at the middle school. That's funny. I just always attribute middle school dances. I feel like my husband would love that. Not me so much, but that's really cute. They do a family dance. I was sewing up this block and all of a sudden like my needle snapped and I was like, that's so crazy. Like it went to an emergency stop. And so then I changed the needle and I tightened everything up and now I'm sewing with it and it's so quiet. I have no idea. It's so like still getting used to a machine, right? Like I was so used to that other machine for 10 years. And like anytime it sounded like a little off, I knew it. Now I know this machine is so quiet now. I definitely didn't have something tightened. It does feel 90s, doesn't it? I don't know, something about it. I'm hoping I will continue with funky colors I have to start the second block. I'm really going to push myself to put a color I wouldn't normally pick. Like, so green, orange. Green and orange are really the main ones. I really don't like working with green and orange. I don't work with blue that often either. But I'm going to try to put something that's other than pink and purple, as I'm sewing pink and purple blocks in every one of the block of the month, because then it'll be fun at the end, you know, to have a funky quilt. Man, this is going to be wild trimming all these half square triangles. Wild. I'm surprised you let your husband get off the hook with the dance. I'm the kind of person that would want to torture my significant other. You must be a nicer person than I am, Chloe. Yeah, so I was snapped the needle. Thankfully, it stayed on the thread, so I was able to find the little bit that it like broke. The needle broke in half. And it definitely hit my foot. I can see a little crack in the foot, or not a crack, but you know, like a little indentation mark. You know, just keeping things spicy. So, yeah, so my daughter got sick. She brought home some crazy elementary school germs, and apparently like 6 kids at least out of her 18 kids in her class have been out sick. And so God knows what germs they gave each other. Some of the kids had the flu, but we took her to the doctor yesterday for her well checkup, and she didn't have any, you know, anything notable. So it must have just been viral what she had. Hi, Jean. This is like a puzzle. And not a good one. Not the good kind of puzzle. I know Brenda's working on finishing up a baby quilt and another quilt. Is anybody working on any new and fun and exciting quilt projects these days? Oh my goodness. Maybe I shouldn't have changed so many in a row. Hi, Mona. How's it going? I'm trying to unravel a raveled up bunch of blocks. It's not going well. We had a tornado warning here earlier this week. Yeah, I'm snipping them, Brenda. And part of our roof kind of peeled up. I haven't seen it yet. I gotta walk out there and look at it. So now we gotta deal with like getting the quotes. And then do we put it through to the insurance and all that? It was pretty gnarly, the wind. A tornado didn't touch down or anything, but it was still Pretty windy, especially for here. Susan says she's free motioning pebble wannabes. I like that. And Chloe's working on finishing 2 St. Patty's Day quilts. Oh, that's fun. Some of those St. Patty's quilts are super cute. I don't remember if I've seen the minis you're working on, Chloe. Are they little shamrocks? Yeah, I cannot believe the difference in the sound of this machine. I do not know what was loose on it, but something wasn't right. I know dealing with that house stuff is such a pain, like the insurance. And we have a $2,500 deductible for our homeowners insurance, so I'm curious to see what we're in for here. I know when they say you buy a house that it's like never ending, but it really is never ending. We've had so many things break in the last few months. It's crazy. My garage door wouldn't open for a while. So my car was held hostage. Now the roof's blowing up. Hi, Cheryl. She says, not really any new projects, but trying to find simple patterns to use up loads of scraps before a move next fall. Oh, that's a great idea, though, to use them up before so you don't have to pack them. I don't know. Brenda's doing a scrap busty quilt. It's like foundation paper piecing little, what are those called? Oh, crap. I can't remember what they're called. She'll tell us. And those are really cute. Square and a square. Economy block. There it is. Economy block. That looks really cute. I'm actually now having enough scraps where I kind of got to start thinking about what I'm doing with them. Rick Rack Rainbow with sparkly shamrocks, free pattern from Thermoweb blog. I found it on Instagram. Oh, and is that the one where you were using the glitter paint or the glitter glue? Yeah, Chloe, it did want me to be a house hermit. Unfortunately, I did it like during the kids' winter break where I had to be a house hermit with the children. But it worked out. It worked out. But I was like, really, of all the weeks, it's the weeks that I'm stuck home with the kids. That's how it goes, you know. Susan, are you free motion quilting on like a machine like this, or do you have a mid-arm or a long arm machine? Hi, Zaza. How are you? Now every time I see you pop in here, I'm like, want to be like, girl, close those eyes. Get to sleep. Now that I know it's the middle of the night for you. Yeah, Rick Rack Rainbow sounds so cute. Oh, those are going to be adorable, Chloe. I can't wait to see them. Hi, Joyce. I'll be looking for it, Chloe. You know I'll find you. Ugh. Zaza, are you working on anything fun and exciting these days? Oh, I think I just saw, wasn't that you that did I just read that comment about a 108-inch square quilt? Was that you, Zaza? I'm like pretty sure it was. Because that's bonkers, Zaza. That's bonkers. Hi, Angela. She says, I've been working on the Elizabeth Hartman baby quilt with sea creatures ready for the long arm. I'm on a deadline. Angela, that's the one with the otter block, right? I think I've been looking at that quilt. Twyla says, I'm doing the Missouri Star Quilt Company Magic Garden block of the month. Ooh, I hadn't heard of that one. Hi, Joyce. I really love otters, and I'm thinking about making like an otter sampler. Like there's one, like taking different designers that have otter blocks and putting them together. So I have a bunch of different otters, and there was an Elizabeth Hartman one. There was the Art East Quilt Co. This woman I follow on Instagram and joined her membership called Quiet Play. There were so many different otters. And I kind of like that's kind of what I feel like I want to do. Teresa says, I was off for 3 months for a hip replacement. So I have 5 quilt tops I finished to get quilted and 2 more to put borders on. Dang. Are you recovering well, I hope? Sounds like you're back at it though. Well, hopefully you're back at it. I'm definitely going to have to look up that Magic Garden block of the month. Angela, are you gifting your sea creature quilt? Doesn't an otter sampler sound wonderful? How cute are otters though? They're just so cute. So I was like, I don't want to make the same otter, a bunch of times, but I would love to make many different otters. So I've never tried an Art East Quilt Co. pattern. I've never tried an Elizabeth Hartman pattern. So I thought, oh, it'll be fun. To have a little otter flight. I gotta be on the lookout. So if you see any other otter blocks, let me know. They gotta be adorable though. That's the only rule. They have to be adorable. Are you guys following around each other to live chats? I love that. I love that you landed here. Yes, Christy Lee. Oh, is she a Riley Blake designer? She has some of that otter. I've always been like eyeing that FPP membership she has. And then I saw those otters and I was like, I'm in. So she makes some adorable blocks and I'm really enjoying FPP a lot. Oh, Zaza says I'm going to give FPP one last try doing a twisted log cabin. All I can say, Zaza, is I like tried it, hated it. Not hated it, but like my brain didn't click with it. Like it just felt backwards to me. It was unnatural for me. I didn't enjoy it because I was like struggling with it. And I just, you have to power through a reasonable amount of times. And then, you have to know when you throw in the towel. Like not everything's for everybody. But then when it finally like clicked in my little brain, oh my gosh, I really, really love it. Oh, Teresa's back to work. Oh, that's good. Although it would be nice to be independently wealthy and not have to work though, right? Hi, Katie. I see everybody saying hi to Katie. Oh, there you are. Hi, Katie. Zaza, Mona says, Zaza watched the Violet craft tutorial on her website for FPP. I also found a tutorial. I think I linked it. Oh my God, Zaza. I have a video with the like most ridiculous thumbnail ever. It's like somebody throwing a snowball at a snowman, whatever. Anyway, it says like I conquered my fear of FPP. In the description of that, there's a link to the tutorial that finally made it click for me. If you're interested, I can't remember who it is, but I know for a fact I linked it in that video. Oh, a hedgehog would be so cute. Oh, Angela says, I thought it was an otter, but it's a manatee. Ah, bummer. Yes, it's going to my nephew for a new baby. My nephew's nickname is Otter. Ah, I'm going to have to make one. That's so cute. I think she does have one with an otter in it. I'm not sure which one it is. Oh, and you've got Donna helping you. That's good. Donna is the FPP queen. Oh my gosh. That fireman she did for legit kits in like what, 10 days? Okay. Pop off. That's insane. I learned it from Donna. That video took it down to basics best ever. Okay, so Donna's got some videos out there too. Yeah, I don't know what it was about that one particular video. And it could be like I watched a bunch of videos and then it finally hit with that video, you know? But I made sure I linked that because if I ever like am a little rusty, I go back. It's just something about the way that person explained it. My brain finally got it. I did the same thing, Teresa. Actually, I have to find those orphan blocks. I did a witch on a broom and I gave her pink polka dot socks, if I recall, and a pumpkin. And I remember it took me for freaking ever to get those little blocks done. And I was like, never again. Then I tried like 4 years later and was like, never again. And then I don't know what happened in like the last year. I'm into it now. I'm like super into it now. I get the appeal. Mona, good night. Sleep well. By the way, I was lurking when I was working today, and I'm glad that your daughter, survived the gym with her. So I'm glad to hear that. Thanks for stopping by. Yes. Okay. So Elizabeth Hartman has two patterns. One is ocean something that is a manatee, and the other pattern, I can't think of the name, is an otter. And other, yes, I definitely saw one with an otter. Ooh, it's gonna be dangerous. I'm excited. And I like, now that I write quilt patterns, I mean, I don't write them at the same frequency other people do, but now that I know like how much time, energy, and effort goes in, I love buying blocks from patterns from, you know, all kinds of people to support them. Big designers and the little designers. Especially when it comes to stuff like animals, like I could never design. I shouldn't say I could never. I don't have like that kind of artistic brain where I don't think I'm designing an otter block for myself, you know, that I would like. It wouldn't be worth my energy. I like geometric shapes. My brain likes those. But I'm kind of getting into that cutesy stuff too. Ooh, North Stars has an otter. I'm putting that on the screen. Actually, I'm going to put it in my phone. I'm going to message it to you, Brenda, so I don't forget. North Stars. Hi, Sherry. How are you? We're talking about otters. I want to make an otter sampler. If you guys were to make is there an animal you love that you would, like, if you were making one for yourself, what would your animal be? Oh, the Otter Pattern by Elizabeth Hartman is called North Stars. Thank you, Chloe. All right, so I'm done with all the ones I had started. So this is it. We have been through so many of these, and we are down to the last bit of them. The paper plate is almost empty. Hallelujah. I love these colors. I'm going to have to see if I can find in my email from like 2020, or did we say it was, I think it was 2020, what these fabrics are. I don't know what they do, fray a little bit, whatever they are, but they're nice and stiff. I don't think they're Kona, but I really like these fabrics. I don't know what they are. I definitely think it was a fat quarter bundle I got because I didn't pick all these colors. I know that about myself. I love these. I love these. Whatever this fabric is, I'm going to figure it out so I can buy it again. Teresa did a frog and a dragonfly quilt for my daughter. It was a struggle, but Donna and Ian make me want to try it again. Maybe. Oh, was it an FPP? Must be. Yeah. A donkey. That would be fun. Frogs would be fun. I should make my sister a monkey one. My sister loves monkeys. Yeah, I think that counts, Katie. Are you doing the one with John from our East Quilt Co? Sherry says hello to everybody. Ooh, dinosaurs. I made my son a T-Rex Quilt. So, I mean, it's a little one because he was a peanut when I made it. He was like maybe two. It was like before when I only had one kid. And I did that. It was by someone who goes by Counted Quilts, and she does a lot of those, like a lot of full quilts that are done in like squares and rectangles. So cute. Check out Shiny Happy World. She has a ton of animal appliques. That would be fun to add an applique into the quilts. Shiny Happy World. Great. One day I'm going to do the legit kits. Oh, the which one? Lucy Lou? I don't know what that is. Oh, that looks really, really cute. Yeah, it's the thing is with like foundation paper piecing is like I felt the same exact way. I feel like it's kind of common unless like some of you follow. Oh, some people I think try it for the first time and love it instantly. It's like walking that fine line, right? Like, because it's your hobby. You don't want to torture yourself. You don't want to be like, I have to figure this out and it not be fun. But you want to give it a fair enough shake that, because it is, from my experience, enjoyable once I, worked it out. But it's that fine line. And I did walk away from it for like 8 years and then came back and liked it. So I helped a friend make an applique donkey. I love that. It was a difficult pattern and her first time doing applique. Donkeys, that is funny. The new the vintage sewing machine from Legit Kits. I think that's a bomb. And I was reading in their Facebook group, I think they sold out and they're like trying to batch more kits. I love that. I love, um, you know, to see quilty businesses crushing it. Yeah, definitely need to be in the right mood too. 1000%. Yeah, sewing is happy time, right? And there's like, I'm sure we all, as quilters, I feel like we get into quilting because we like quilting, but then like I think that quilting is a hobby that has like 100 different sub hobbies within it, right? So many techniques, fabrics, styles, right? Patterns, so many things. So I feel like most of us must love learning new things. And like that's why we're quilters and it's problem solving. And so it's that fine line of challenging yourself and torturing yourself just enough where the torture's still fun. But then, you take it one step too far and it's actual torture. The New York Beauty. I'm guessing that's the Statue of Liberty? Is that a legit kit or is that Oh, Brenda, you had that lion when we first started talking. Like, which I think was like a year ago. I'm assuming you never finished that because I don't remember seeing it. Haven't hit the mood yet, I guess. But I remember you being so organized with it. Oh, hi, Krista. Sorry I missed you when you first came in. I did buy a bit back, but I finally am trying it out, this trimmer. It's clear. I don't know if you can see it. It's called the Clearly Perfect Slotted Trimmer, and you trim your half square triangles while they're still in the fold. I tried this with this block I showed earlier. So I finally tried it out. I love this. I love this. Turns out I love it. I don't know if anybody has a favorite way to trim half square triangles, but this is pretty cool. Yes, Pride and Joy. Pride and Joy is the other designer that has like some of those stunning ones. No, it's a pattern with a circle and triangles. Oh, that's the New York Beauty. Well, thank you, Krista. You're always right on time. Whenever you get here, you're on time. I'll have to, I'll check that out. I'll give it a Google. I should be able to remember it because I live in New York. I had to put my legit kit in timeout. I have 2 more baby quilts to do and my grandson's high school graduation quilt. Oh, that's fun. This was my timeout quilt, but it was in timeout because it made me mad. Are you doing like a t-shirt quilt for him for his graduation? Yeah, the trimmer is amazing. Oh, thank you, Krista. I never tried the block lock. Um, I got this one. I can't remember. I got this off Amazon. And I remember it not being like there's, it comes with 2, one for half sizes, one for full sizes. And I remember as far as rulers go, I was like, wow, that's reasonably priced. And so I just got that one and never tried a block lock. And since the only thing that's a little funky with this one for me is I use like that rotary cutter. This one, like, right, is it called like a Martelli or something like that? Yeah, look at me, Martelli. It's like I'm remembering things finally. And so when I go to do the like the little dog ear trimming, there's like little slots, it's hard to see. That's a little funky with this, but I think I'll get used to it. So I'm not too worried about it. I did eventually get into a pretty good groove with that last night, or whenever, a couple nights ago, whenever it was. Oh, look up New York Beauty and EQ8. Cool, I will. I feel like I goofed this up. Did I? No. Felt like I had a longer string of these. Oh, okay. Oh, dang it. How long have I been out of bobbin? I'm like, this doesn't look right. My bobbin's empty. Dang. I lost bobbin chicken and I have no idea when. Let's see here. It wasn't even bobbin chicken because I didn't know I was playing. So that's interesting you say that, Katie. I feel like that is what my solution might be as well, is just iron and then trim. I know it's touching the block twice, but I think it's fine for me. But I did end up doing that a little bit last, or whenever I did it. I don't know if it was last night or the night before. These days run together. And that worked out nice. I'm excited because I bought a little handheld vacuum that I'm going to try, and my machine's looking nice and linty. I got it charging. So this weekend, I'll be able to see how well that works. Oh, here's exactly where my bobbin ran out. I can see the stitch. Oh, Brenda sent me the New York Beauty. Oh, that's really cool. How very funky. Yeah, I was using these little scissors. I don't know where I got them from. Oh, the Fat Quarter Shop must be when I had my subscription to their sampler box back in the day. And I use these little snips for everything. They're so sharp. They haven't dulled yet. I'm going to be really sad when they start to. I use them on everything, so they're going to dull eventually, but that's okay. How do I want to do this? Gotta get back in here and redo some of these. That's so funny. Chatting away, don't even realize I'm missing bobbin. But yeah, I can see, like, I was worried about it. I was definitely smacking into the ruler with the blade of my rotary cutter, and I was like, this isn't gonna be great. But still worth it for me, even without cutting the dog ears. That ruler. I've been using just one of my normal quilting rulers to trim my half square triangles, and that was not like the most fun time. All right, we've got bobbin, we're sewing, we're in business. I really do. I know some machines have it, but man, I would just love a little beep when you run out of bobbin. I'm sure like really fancy, expensive machines. I mean, I feel like this is a really fancy, expensive machine, but I'm sure the more fancier ones have that. I know some long arms do. Zaza, when you do your 108-inch square quilt, will you just do like walking foot quilting? That's all I do, basically. Oh, and I do have a question for the group. So, you know how I did that baby quilt a few weeks ago, where I assembled a baby quilt that a bunch of different people did blocks? Well, there's another baby coming. I don't have to assemble the quilt this time. Yay. But I am going in for what I call crafternoon, and I help everybody do applique blocks. And for some reason, my red, I used the Ultra Hold Heat and Bond, and I don't know if like maybe my heat and bond was old, but for some reason it didn't stick that great, and the block came up, and I ended up having to hand sew it. And so now I'm going to go into the office, and we're going to do a bunch of applique. Does anybody have, like, what is your favorite iron-on adhesive that you sew? Is it the red Heat and Bond? Is that what we like? I am going to buy a new batch of Heat and Bonds because I don't know if that expires, and it's very possible that mine is too old, because I've been probably using that batch of Heat and Bond for, I don't know, more than 5 years. So I don't know if it has a shelf life, but I need a no-sew iron-on adhesive so that we can do applique blocks. But because we're doing them in the office, there's not a sewing machine of it, and I'm not zigzag stitching all of these applique blocks for people. There are limits to my generosity. Oh, that's interesting. Katie says, someone said to use I know that you're like, I don't know if you just say friction. I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying. Friction erasable highlighter to color the first few inches of your thread before filling a bobbin. Since I do 6 bobbins at a time, it sounds like a good idea. That does sound like a good idea. Then when you see the highlighting coming out of your bobbin, Yeah, I like to sew down too, but it's just not conducive for this. I'm gonna have to think about it, or I'm really gonna have to bring those blocks home and sew it down. The purple one, Chloe, but do you sew it or no? I'm pretty sure that one says the Heat and Bond Light. In the purple, I think it says you can sew, but I don't know if you have to sew. I've always had a good experience with Heat and Bond, so I'm really wondering if it has a shelf life. Yeah, me. So the only other thing along those lines are, I'm like, did I iron it too much when I was assembling the quilt? I don't know what it was. I've never had that problem before. But now that you say that, is there a chance that the last time I brought all my crap into the office and did a sew day that I left my bag in my car for a couple of days before I dragged it into the house, and it could have been in the summer? Sure. Certainly could have done that, and it definitely could have been in a hot summery car. That could have happened. That might be the issue. I kind of distinctly remember that bag being in the back of my car for a while. Damn it, Tasha. I guarantee that's what happened. Susan, you solved the mystery for me. I'm going to buy a new batch. I'm going to have to throw away. I mean, it's fine. I got a lot of applique blocks out of that roll. I don't think there was any starch involved. Fusible does get old. It lasts longer if you store it in a plastic bag. So I did have it not stored in a plastic bag and likely did sit in the back of my car and got really warm. Ooh. Maybe I'll give the heat and bond another go. Sometimes I try to store it in the plastic bag it comes in, but this was a large roll I bought because we're doing so many of these quilts at one time. There was like a baby boom. And so I definitely did have it just stored in my reusable shopping bag, not in plastic. So now we know. Oh man, I'm getting excited. That means next week we're going to sit here and trim. That'll probably be the only way I ever get my trimming done, is hanging out with you all while I do it. So that will be fun. I have been watching Jack Reacher. Has anybody been watching the Jack Reacher series on Amazon? I have a question. I just watched the first 5 minutes of the third season of the first episode of the third season, and it stressed me out, and I want to know it gets better. But once I'm caught up on Jack Reacher, somebody told me the show White Lotus was good, but I love having a TV down here in my sewing room. I'm finally catching up on shows that either my husband falls asleep to or my kids can't watch. Sorry, I'm still sniffling like a gross child. I know. Brenda's been working on a sample quilt for Libs Elliott. It's going to be so freaking cute. I don't know if any of you know who Libs Elliott is. She's not really on YouTube, but she's on Instagram. And she's doing it in this new, if you want to see some gorgeous blue and white quilts, head over to Libs Elliott's Instagram and look at some of her mock-ups from her latest fabric line. And Brenda is graciously making her one of her samples to hang in at one of the trade shows. So, but she's been trimming a lot of stuff. Oh, okay. So Teresa watched them, Katie. I don't know, the first episode stressed me out. I was like, oh my God, does it? So now I'm like, does it get better? It doesn't seem like it might. I listened to the audiobooks, oh my God. I want to say back in 2000, I don't know, a long time ago, me and my dad shared an Audible account. And so I was trying to find books that both me and my dad liked. And we found the Jack Reacher series and we both really enjoyed it. And I listened to so many of those books. There's so many of them. And so I was super excited to see the show. Although someone told me there was like a movie with Tom Cruise in it, and I never watched that one. I really enjoyed the first season. It reminded me a lot of the very first book I read or listened to. That's disappointing that the writing changed. Yes, the purple is for sewing and the red you don't sew. Yeah, that's usually what I use is the red when I bring it into work, so I don't have to sew it. I think I'm going to buy a new batch of Heat and Bond and hope for the best. And if it doesn't, I'll have to beg Chrissy for her forgiveness that she puts it together. Oh yes, the Chicago H&H show. So Brenda's been a busy bee trimming half square triangles. I'm about to join her. So many. I really have no idea how many. Actually, I should be able to tell from the cutting instructions. I'm also super impressed with me that I did this, that I cut out all these. All right, so the gray. There's 128 of them, and I'm doing the 2 at a time. So if you're good at math, you can do that. Yeah, exactly. You can't be Jack Reacher unless you're a giant. Yeah, I have not. I usually use the purple, or I always use the purple at home, but I also used recently Steam a Seam, and it came in like 8x11 sheets, and I think I could run one of them through my printer, which was super convenient. And I really liked that Steam a Seam. Very comparable to me to that purple Heat and Bond. I don't know if they sell one that's permanent Steam a Seam. I should look. I guess I don't know if I've looked at Tom Cruise since I've been like an adult. Like he was really popular when I was like a teenager, or he was popular to me, you know, when he was I was a teenager. I might have to just watch that for science. I am like, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, covered in threads today. I do not know what happened. Well, I guess I'll give season 3 a go of Reacher and then decide. I just finished season 2 last night. And I didn't like season 2 as much as I like season 1. It's always a bummer when you feel like you love a show. I don't know if anyone ever watched True Detective. That's a weird show. We liked the first season. The other ones it was weird. The other ones were really hard to follow. Man, this is going to be intense. I had to order more project boxes. They came. I'm so excited. I'm slowly trying to organize. Oh, each season had different writers. That explains it. Sounds like they should have quit after season 2, apparently. Hopefully they can rally. Oh, I am excited. I don't know. I have a I like dark shows, but not like super violent shows. But I really enjoyed You on Netflix, and I heard that that final season's coming out, so I'm excited to watch that too. I haven't watched Bosch. Ah, I would love that too. Or The Girl. But I really like Neely. Neely's the girl, the cop from Boston, right? Now I just like was doubting myself that I mixed him up. I really liked his character in the books too, if I have that right. Is Bosch worth watching? It did. It did get weird. Um, it really did. I don't even think I've watched the latest season. I think maybe season 3 was a little bit weird for me. I think it was season, right? I think it's the 5th season coming out. I definitely watched at least 2 seasons. But I think I am gonna watch it through and see how it ends. Just for the heck of it. Chloe says she loves the Bosch books. The show is okay. Maybe I'll look into the audiobook. It's been a while since I've listened to an audiobook. See if I can get one through the library. It's nice that you can get audiobooks and stuff through the library. Bosch was good, and the character is a half-brother to the main character in the Lincoln Lawyer series. Well, this is interesting. My piles are not even. What do we got going on in this mess? Do I have another? I know I have extra fabric in here, so. I thankfully did save the fabric in case 2020 Tasha didn't leave a note about if I cut extra. I feel like I'm pretty good and normally put the extras all together though. This could get funny because I was going to try to make blocks. We'll just finish them up, trim them up, see what I got, and then decide if I need to make more. It does look like I have a good chunk of this gray. Anxiety, because I have no idea. The shop I even bought this stuff at, most likely. Well, unless it was online. I got a decent amount. Not a ton. I have no idea where I would have bought this from. 0. Oh, there's some. Okay, I definitely have some gray left. All right, I'll finish these up. Trim what I've got. Lay stuff out. And then decide if I need to panic. No panicking. Oh, I love Lincoln Lawyer. Okay. Lincoln Lawyer and Bosch. Okay. Hi, Laura. You are not late. You're right on time. How's it going? Thinking of you today, because today, if I have my days right, is Laura is thinking about her mom who's been gone for 3 years today, and you were going to try to do some stitches today on your sewing machine. Did we get a stitch done? And if you didn't, that's okay. That is like very bizarre. Like, I don't know why I'm short these gray squares. Let it go, Tasha. Let it go. What's the quilt show that's in Vegas this weekend? So Blessed by Jess and William from My So-Called Life. Well, I know for sure William's going. I think Jess might be going too, but I don't know what quilt show it is. I meant to Google it. Yes, I'm hoping that she found some. Okay, she says, no stitches done, but I did go for a walk. It's the first walk since I fractured my back. Hell yeah, we love to hear that. I am so happy for you. Hopefully the weather was super nice for you. I'm sure that walk was so good for just, probably had to feel great to get to go on a walk because it's been quite a while for you. So I am super happy to hear that. Your mom was probably cheering you on. If she was anything like my mom, my mom would be like, it's about time you got your ass off the couch. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching. I don't think she watches. Oh my God. Chloe said to Laura, I'm so glad that you found some joy today. And Laura's mom's name was Joy. See, that's so nice. The universe put that word into Chloe's mind for a reason. That's such a nice name, Joy. All right, down to 2 gray squares. So I think I'm going to do the pink because there's 2 pink. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have like 14 purple squares left with no grays to go with them. I think I should have enough fabric for 14 if I need them. Or I can just make a few less blocks or whatever. I'm not sure. Laura says, oh my God, my mom would have said the same thing. Moms, we're all the same. Oh, Quilt Las Vegas. How funny. I'm going to Quilt Canada in June. So apparently that naming nomenclature is pretty standard. Well, if your mom would have said the same thing, your mom was definitely thrilled you got off your booty today and took a walk. I'm glad you were able to because I know you've been in so much pain. At least they do like the Road to California quilt show. That one's like a little spicier. Is Quilt? I'll have to look up Quilt Las Vegas. I've never heard of it. Although I'm still kind of like somewhat new. I was in my own quilty bubble for a long time until I discovered Instagram. I was very late to Instagram. I know, I can't wait, Brenda. We're going to be counting down the days. Yeah. Oh, that's the hard part, Laura, I feel like, is like when you haven't been able to do something and then you finally get to do it, it's so easy to be like, oh, I'll just like keep going or whatever. And it's easy to push yourself a little too far. So don't do that. Don't do that. It's so much easier said than done, though. Yeah, I'm sure your mom would have been thrilled that you were out walking about. Tammy goes to Quilt, Wyoming. Wonder if it's a group. Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's like the same person that hosts similar shows, or they all just like kind of use the same naming convention. Hey, Sean, how's it going? I think I'm going to stay on for just a bit longer and trim up some of these and get a stack of these half square triangles because I'm not feeling that sleepy, even though I'm tired or even though I didn't get much sleep. And I do need to trim these all, and it is way more fun trimming stuff hanging out with you guys than by myself. I would have liked to have gone to Quilt Canada, but it's the same weekend that Allie flies home. Can't miss that. Cannot miss that. Well, Laura, you earned that nap. And girl, I need a nap even if I don't do anything. I need a nap just from life. Oh, man. Man, this is insanity. What was I thinking? I have no idea. It's so funny, too, like how, even though I haven't, done that many quilts, maybe like a dozen, maybe more, I don't know, how, like, what I'm interested in has changed so much. The evolution. I make a lot of blocks. I make a lot of blocks. Not as many full quilts. I'm working on it. Oh my gosh. Look at all these. Crazy. We have a quilt affair in Colorado. It's held at the Boulder Fairgrounds. Oh, that's fun. Did you have nice weather today, Laura? What's like the degrees? I can't remember where you're at. Naps are wonderful gifts for adults. And then Susan says naps are life nectar. Hell yes, I like that. Life nectar. Treat yourself to a nap. My daughter, like I said, the power went out this morning. And she was up at like 3:30, and I tricked her. 3:30 this morning, she only went back to her bed for a little bit. I tricked her at like 6 o'clock into thinking it was her full-blown bedtime. So at like 6:45, she went to bed. She was so miserable. It's tough being 5. But I was like, girl, you've had a long day. Will she be waking me up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning? For sure. For sure. I'll be up. Chloe, my mom was all about how many steps I took in a day. I did pick up EPP, but no machine piecing. Oh, at least you have some EPP to help. Man, that helps. Hi, Sean. I am sewing on Kanga and Rue tonight. Have you finished yours? Oh, that's right. You're in Arizona. Very nice. There was a quilt show at North Carolina Fairground last weekend, but I wasn't able to stop. Hi, maybe next year. Yeah. Can't drag the family to every quilt show. Oh, Sean's about halfway through and Katie's on page 7. Those are coming out so cute. I was just telling them, Sean, that I want to do like an otter sampler and do like an Elizabeth Hartman otter and do an Our East Quilt Co. otter and they were telling me about some cute patterns they saw on Etsy. So an otter sampler maybe in the future. Trying to make sure each one of these has 2 lines sewn on it too, because I could totally see myself going to trim these and then one side not being sewed up. Probably should have maybe trimmed these along the way. I have never made half square triangles in this quantity before. This is a first for me. This is a first for me. I am going to try to pick up Skulliver again too, my legit kit. I want to try to get another block done. Oh, man. Yeah. Now that I say it out loud, I have no doubt my daughter is going to be up bright and early. We have a quilt expo the first weekend in April here in Ohio. That's fun. I'm not aware, like in New York, if there's like a state. I mean, we have the New York State Fair, which I do think there's quilts in there. I was actually going to look into that. And local quilt guilds do lots of little shows, but I'm not aware of like a big show in New York. Oh, do a legit kit block? Or are you talking about the otter? Either way, I would be down. It's always more fun sewing with a buddy. Yeah, I wish the Quilt Canada and the Road to VA weren't in back-to-back weekends. And I think I don't know. I still haven't canceled my room for Quilt to VA yet, but I don't think I'm going to have it in me. And I don't think my husband's going to be like, yeah, just disappear for 2 weekends in a row. I mean, he's good. He wouldn't mind, but it is a lot to ask somebody to be like, take full control for 2 weekends of the whole family, the whole house. Yes, I definitely feel like her mom was encouraging her today. Too many projects and not enough time. Facts. Susan's going, oh God, I'm going to butcher this, to the Australasian Quilt Show in April. First show, so super excited. That sounds amazing. Oh yeah, and Sean, you did tell me that Quilt Canada moves each year. I forgot about that. We talked about that. That helps me. Quilt Canada moves each year, so I wouldn't maybe necessarily be back in Toronto next year, but Quilt VA should be in the same spot. Yes, I do feel better about that then. I can go to VA next year. And North Carolina. Woohoo! Hopefully that's a longer drive too. We'll have to see. And work is really busy in the February timeframe, but we'll see. I had a meeting with some auditors last week, and I said, we have a deadline that's the end of June. And I said, listen, I'm going to Quilt Canada. I'm meeting a stranger that I met on the internet, just like they warn you not to do. And I can't be bothered with work stuff. So we're going to have to figure this out to get it done before I go. They're probably like, this lady is a whack job. Factual. Facts. I am a whack job. That's the one in Sydney, right? I think my sissy and her mate went a few years ago. How fun. It's in Melbourne this year. It may move. Yeah. If anyone wants to come, Alicia and I plan to sew on Discord on Sean's channel around 8:30 p.m. Eastern. When? What day, Chloe? It was so funny. I'm like, yeah, I met this woman online and now I talk to her every day and I've never met her, but we're going to hang out for a few days together. It's fine. It's totally fine. All those after school specials that exist about don't meet strangers on the internet. I'm doing it. Katie said you should have told them you were on the way to the store to buy gift cards. They would probably question if I should maintain my role in that. They were like, I don't know if we really want her to be in charge of this department, the compliance department. So funny. Oh, it's pronounced Melbourne, not Melbourne. Interesting. Will I remember that? No, but that is a fun fact. I'll remember every time I say Melbourne that it's not right, but I won't remember that the right way is Melbourne. How funny. We have a quilt and craft show that does all of these fancy places in Australia each year. I think this is my quilt con. That is so fun. When are you going to that again, Susan? Did you say? Oh, good. Chloe's they're doing their sewing in Discord tomorrow night. Maybe I'll try to stop by. 8:30. My kid should be in bed. Will I be in bed tomorrow at 8:30? High chance. There's a chance that I will also be in bed after the week I've had. But if I'm not, oh boy, this is going to be a treat. Trimming all these. I do love these colors. This, I think, when we talked about this one of the other lives, somebody said this is linen. Is that right? Linen? It's so, I love it, but it's very, there's a lot of little threads flying everywhere. I know, Harley, I was wondering, I don't know if the internet existed either when I was watching after school specials. Gift cards, isn't that what? Yeah, the scammers always want you to send for sure. So if I were to tell those auditors, like, oh, I'm meeting a stranger on the internet and she asked me to buy her all these different, gift cards, they would have thought I was really Looney Tunes. Although they've known me a while, they know. I'm loony. I don't hide it. I am who I am. Toronto? Am I saying that wrong too? Three weeks. That is so fun. That's so close. Oh, yeah. We all want to see pictures. Pictures, pictures, pictures. Can never have too many. Oh, the pile's getting smaller. Well, this pile's getting bigger. This one's getting smaller. I'm trying to remember what my after school specials were. I don't even know. We don't pronounce the T, Toronto. Yeah, I think I flip between the two. My brain's very literal. But I do think I say Toronto. But I'm still kind of saying the T now that I'm thinking about it. But I'm not saying Toronto. But I am kind of. Everyone will know I'm not a local. Hey, Deb. Sounds like you're not supposed to be saying the second T. Deb, that quilt you finished today is so nice. I love it. Is that for you or are you gifting that to somebody? All right. I think I can get my little box organized now. Seeing if there's any last of those grays hiding. Nope. It's so funny how dusty this stuff is from sitting on my shelf for literally years. Yeah. No extras of those. So I'm going to take these extra ones and put them in my extra fabric bin. And then We'll trim these up next week. I got some trimming and ironing to do. And oh my gosh, we might actually see what one of these blocks looks like soon. It's amazing. Finally finishing the timeout quilt. I love these boxes. Okay. I know. I was trying to explain to my kids the other day, like commercials, you couldn't skip them. And then like the TV would turn off. Like there was just no TV after 2 a.m. Oh, I like it, Deb. Good night, Brenda. I got to go do my kitchen too before I go to sleep. So our after school specials were like these little, they weren't really like shows you'd watch, but they were like warnings, like little lessons they wanted you to learn. Our first remote was on a cord. My first TV that we had forever had the 2 dials. That's the first TV I remember. My dad didn't even get like internet other than dial up until I think I had graduated college. Remembers things like the Wombles and Round the Twist, but it's very limited. How fun. I don't think I ever had a corded remote. My dad always used to joke about the one TV that we had that had the 2 knobs, and he'd be like, "You are the remote." We were the latchkey kids. I've heard that phrase before. Susan wasn't watching. Ooh, I like that telly after school. I don't remember any shows. I don't really remember what I watched either. I don't, but that's no surprise. I don't have the best. I don't remember a lot of crap. Doesn't bog me down. Well, everybody, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I love it. I'm glad we got to talk to you, Laura. I was wondering if I was going to get to see you and check in with you. I might be too young for the corded remote. We went, I think we went from one that had no remote to an actual remote. I don't remember anything in between. Yes, thank you, Jean. Thanks for coming by. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. Maybe I'll see you in Sean's Discord. I'll be on Donnell's channel. Is that next week? No, that's in 2 weeks. April 4th, I think. So never mind. We can talk about that next week. All right. I'll see you guys soon. I hope you have... Oh, Lamb Chop. Lamb Chop. I watched so much Lamb Chop. I need to find that for my kids. And I did watch Gumby too, but Lamb Chop was my jam. And rabbit ears with aluminum foil. Okay. We'll have to pick this up next week if we remember what we were talking about. Thank you all for stopping by. Have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Laura, keep me posted if you turn that machine on. Okay, bye.